Nazis. I hate those guys. Did I get it? Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's exactly what he says.
That's exactly it.
And it still rings true today.
Erin just said before we hopped on, back in our day, it was cool to hate Nazis. Yeah. So let's keep that up.
Yeah.
Punch your local Nazi.
Erin is here, a third voice I should introduce because we're doing a show. It's our show. It's our podcast. It's an acronym.
Stands for some whack-ass movie podcasting.
Is that not normally how I tee you up? I've forgotten everything.
Yeah, we took a week off and you're...
Oh my god, I don't know who I am anymore.
You just say, it's the swamp.
It's the swamp. It's our podcast. It's an acronym.
Stands for some whack-ass movie podcast, essentially.
But anyways, we have a special guest again this week because, as previously mentioned, if you've been listening to Spielberg July is damn. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know where I am. I don't know what month it is.
Where are we?
We had several personal phone calls in that said, yo, Indiana Jones, we're penciling days in, we're marking it on the calendar. And so the Swamp's unofficial legal counsel, my cousin Erin, is here. As per is her right. There are some movies that people in our lives are like, hey, bookmark on that one. Ain't no one else taking that but me.
That shit is mine.
There's a couple of movies that I'm like, I know, like, we can't do X without this person. Yep. And this one was definitely up there for you. I feel as well as the Da Vinci Code will be sometime in the future.
Eventually. We'll get to it.
Yeah, that movie I heard.
I'm just going to do the Knights Templar gauntlet between this national treasure and then the Da Vinci Code.
Fuck yeah.
Yes. And so frequent Swamp listeners will recognize Erin from such esteemed episodes as A Cinderella Story, Knives Out, National Treasure, and a common theme here as we move through with Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I had never seen this movie. What is your relationship with this movie in particular? Why is it like the one, and just like Indiana Jones in general? What's your vibe with it?
Oh gosh, Indiana Jones was so formative for me. I probably saw it for the first time when I was 9 or 10 years old.
Perfect.
Was definitely traumatized by the second one. The heart ripping was a bit much at the age of 9. Yeah.
Kalema. That was all I retained from any Indiana Jones that was exposed to me as a child. The only thing I took away was like, wasn't that vaguely racist and kind of gross?
I can't believe that's the one you saw. That's crazy.
Yeah, fun fact, Steven Spielberg and George Lucas both going through divorces during the making of that film.
That makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. I think Harrison Ford was probably the first man I ever remember being attracted to. So this was my sexual awakening, so to speak. It was either him or Viggo Mortensen in Lord of the Rings. It's a toss up on which one I saw first.
Both amazing choices.
Yeah, same flavor of like rugged action adventure hero. Definitely that early formative. I think about The Princess Bride too. Like that early formative in your mind. You're like, oh, and he's hot too. Like,
and he's
so pretty. I've seen this before, but this time it's a little different. Hey, he in this movie, Harrison Ford is 47 here, and Sean Connery, who plays his dad, is only 12 years older than him in real life. And I was like, what the hell? That's not your dad? Because they fucked the same woman. And I'm like, yeah, that checks. Like, that wasn't that weird of a plot line. We just sort of have that and we just sort of move on from it. But I'm like, they are not even really that different in age, or like they're kind of the same flavor of hot, you know?
Well, of course. But my favorite thing is that Indiana Jones scolds his father, telling him, he's like, you're old enough to be your daughter. Like, yes, we should be calling out the 70-year-old men that are going for 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, obviously.
Well, I don't know, Emily, because she was a Nazi, so I don't really think it matters in the end, you know? I think she was just trying to wiggle her way.
Well, obviously.
She was a nefarious woman.
He let himself be swindled, though. I can't imagine that he tried very hard to say no.
But, Erin, is this your favorite of the... I was going to call it a trilogy, but there are, like, 5 of them, right? We don't count anything past this one, right?
This is the
I don't know what you
trilogy.
Mean. There's only 3.
Exactly.
There's only 3. I haven't heard of...
No.
Never heard of her.
There is no Warren Bossing say there is no 4th or 5th Indiana Jones movie.
Exactly. Seriously.
But yeah, this is your favorite, you'd
Yes.
say?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people, we had this discussion with your brother, Ryan, Emily, about like the dichotomy between loving both 1 and 3 and ignoring 2. And, you know, one lays a lot of good foundational groundwork for like, who is Indiana Jones? What is this franchise about? This is going to be a lot of fun. But I think this movie I enjoyed more like as a film, like to sit down and watch it. I think I found the story more compelling. I liked the relationship with his dad a little bit more than like the half-baked romance we got.
Yeah, thank God.
In the first one, you know, so I found this one to be like a more enjoyable film, but I could see how someone would recognize the first one as being like the paragon of the trilogy to like embody the whole thing.
Yeah, I would say.
But I would agree with you, Erin. I did think this was a better movie.
I think my favorite thing about this one is just like, I feel like the first one is like the boys movie, and then this one's like, oh, it's the boys movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's heartfelt, but it's also pretty goofy. I feel like with this one, I can feel a lot more of George Lucas popping out. Do you know what I mean?
Because it's a little silly.
I would say it's sillier, yeah. I feel like Spielberg brings like the drama and the action and everything like that, but like, I don't know, like I'm sorry, but watching Sean Connery shoot that machine gun in the plane, I was giggling the whole time. There was so much more like hijinks in this.
Because did George Lucas do the prequels right after this? Because this is 1989. When did the first Star Wars prequel come out?
99.
How much?
99.
Okay,
10 years later.
So like 10 years will have passed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like he put a lot of his Georgia-C in this.
I agree. I thought it was like more like slapstick comedy funny, like Looney Tunes type funny.
Yeah, like the plane sliding through the tunnel was hysterical.
So funny. Yeah, a lot of moments like that I thought were like lighter, whereas I felt like in Temple of Doom sometimes the movie started taking itself a little too seriously, whereas this movie, I mean, we have Nazis.
How could you ever take yourself seriously making the Temple of Doom? That's a crazy sentence in itself.
Yeah. But anyways. I felt like this one, I felt like could breathe and be a little bit sillier, almost because it was like a retribution for the second movie. I feel like he was like, we really fucked it up last time, so let's just get back to what works.
Swing
like,
the other direction.
Hey, I'm sorry about that.
He's like, let's look at number 1, what worked, let's do more of that, which is why I think it worked out. Right, like we even get the intro, it's like the exact fucking same. He's like, I have on my glasses and I'm a teacher and that's something you should believe. And then a guy comes in and is like, we have to talk to you. And he's like, ooh, now I'm cool and sexy. I love, Erin, you sent to us in a group chat before this, a Tumblr post that just like fully, I'll put the link in the description, but it just like fully encapsulated this sort of dichotomy where Dr. Henry Jones becomes his slut Sona.
Yes.
That is Indiana Jones. And he just
And he's got a hat and a leather jacket and a whip and the glasses come off and the bow tie comes off.
And he's gonna fucking, have his titties out, but just like get the job done. Everyone's like, we're business professionals here. And he's like, well, you're just gonna have to deal with the fact that I'm gonna do, a rope swing. We're going to be scaling buildings. It's going to get real.
Guys, I got to get this out of my system while I can, all right? Just let me be a little fun with it.
Let us do a couple of car chases. We have to get in every kind of vehicle at least once. Come on.
Of course.
Boat chase. Loved the boat chase as well.
Well, yeah, wait. I know, Erin, you're the professional here, but Dara, you had never seen this one. You hadn't seen either of them.
Yes, I want to hear your first impressions.
Of this whole movie? Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was really shocked at Sean Connery. I didn't really realize how much he was going to be in this and what his role would be.
Awesome.
And to find out that he's like a Paddington Bear-ass fucking like oafish, silly professor guy, but like also, the like looming father figure of Indiana Jones was just like so silly. I also like love the sort of idea of him still being like James Bond and like James Bond birthing Indiana Jones is a creative process that truly like that happened, but he's not acting like James Bond. He's acting like
a professor.
He's perfect.
He was cracking me up this whole fucking movie. I will admit there's something, a little seed that got planted in my head that really just like made me kick my feet and giggled the whole time, kind of added a little extra layer. There was just something he said in his Sean Connery ass Scottish way that just was giving the energy of a Cher line delivery to me. And so then I watched the whole rest of the movie thinking like, how would it's Cher instead, you know? She's like, oh, the floor's on fire, like like think of Sean Connery saying like snap out of it, you know? He kind of they have the same kind of like, you know, back of the throat S sound going on.
Yes.
So like I want a Sean Connery and Cher full role reversal.
Oh, that would be brilliant. Who would you cast as Indiana Jones alongside Cher?
No, and then this is we go back in time. If I could turn back time, okay, I would use the money that Amazon gave to Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and we're doing the remake, but it's the mother-daughter Indiana Jones story.
Perfect.
And it's about Phoebe Waller-Bridge and her mom Cher, and Cher is like her glamorous professor mother, and she's like, I'm rugged and I want to do it my way, and then they have to work together. Boom. There's a slop sequel for you.
Phoebe,
on a fucking
come on, pick up the phone,
platter.
please. That's genius.
But they had to make the Dial of Destiny, whatever that was about.
Yeah, really. I didn't see that, but
Can I interject with a question here? So the plot of the film is basically they're going after the Holy Grail. Harrison Ford's dad, Sean Connery, is a lifelong Holy Grail ontologist. He's been studying how to get to it, and he's gonna get to it, but then he goes missing, and then Indiana Jones is like, I gotta find my dad, and he's trying to find his dad, and everyone's like, you're looking for the Holy Grail, and he's like, I'm not looking for the Holy Grail, I'm looking for my dad who's looking for the Holy Grail, and it's like, okay, whatever, same thing. Getting chased, romance, entanglement, oh no, she's a Nazi, ooh, she was on the bad side, because they want eternal life too. Okay, cool. And so then eventually we get there and we find the cup, and you know, she gives the Nazi the wrong cup because Jesus was a simple man. He was a carpenter.
Obviously.
He would not have had a lavish cup. He would have had the simple
cup of a carpenter.
The simple cup.
I'm sorry. Letting the sexy Nazi decide your fate is
cup.
Crazy work. Insane. What do you think was going to happen?
The wealthy Nazi sympathizer fully believed that Jesus Christ would have this gold jewel-encrusted cup, signifying that he is not pure of heart, he is not worthy, and he deserves to get killed by the sexy Nazi.
And then they find the right cup, and they drink from the cup, and Harrison Ford drinks from the cup, and he does not die. And then he goes over to Sean Connery, and he gives him a little sip, and then he pours what appears to be hydrogen peroxide all over his open gunshot wound, and it closes up. And then the film sort of ends, and we move forward and stuff. So do they not have eternal life? They didn't they drank from the cup and it cured the wounds, but it didn't make them live forever.
So
because if the whole issue,
because it has to be inside the cave, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to stay in the cave. So like that old knight, he just stayed there. So you just can live forever, but you have to stay in a fucking cave.
Yep.
So Hitler's plan wouldn't have worked at all.
Nope, not at all. Just like the Raiders of the Lost Ark with the Ark of the Covenant, Indiana Jones's input, you know, his conduct had no impact on the outcome of that movie. Like they were going to all melt to death anyway.
Yeah.
Same thing here. Like Hitler would not have eternal life because he would have left the cave and it would have collapsed on him.
Yeah.
And boom, World War II solved right there.
There we go.
Yeah,
I was going to say.
And that's how the film should have ended, right? Is that he's like, guess I'm going to kill myself in this bunker. Boom.
There we go. There you have it.
But I felt like the subsequent and most notably the most recent Indiana Jones movie is like all dealing about how he's old and he's like, I gotta find eternal life because I'm old. I'm like, did you not already find it? You literally found like the thing. Like that's like the one usually that, you know, people are going for just out of all of like human history generally. And you did clock it in movie 3 and you had it. So
yeah, I feel like he's not trying to find eternal life in the subsequent fake films, like 4 and 5. He's not looking for eternal life. He's fighting retirement, really.
Which is, maybe a little true of real life, because why are you Red Hulk, my guy? Please. Harrison Ford, please, if you're listening, you can take a break. You don't need to be in the movies anymore. You can stay at home. Who do you owe money to? I'll talk to them.
83, yeah, buddy. Relax.
And he is doing great work in other stuff. Like he's in that therapy TV show with what's his name? Jason Segel?
Yes, Shrinking.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about this.
Like he's doing good acting. He doesn't need to.
I don't understand.
It's like jury duty. He got pulled.
Yeah.
You got to be Red Hulk.
Yeah, I guess so.
Erin, have you seen, not to pivot too hard, have you seen any of the new the new superhero movies that are available to us in the theaters at this moment?
No,
Fantastic Four or Superman?
I do intend to see Superman. I will see Superman at some point, but I have fallen off the Marvel train because I got bored.
I couldn't imagine trying to stay on it. It's so much. You just get flooded, especially Red Hulk.
Wait, Emily, did I talk about this in the podcast already about how it's not actually set in the 60s? It's set in an alternate universe of the 60s.
Which is so stupid.
That is the shit that literally, I returned my tickets. I had pre-sale tickets and I returned them. Because I was like, bitch. I bought tickets to see it at 10 a.m. on a Sunday. And I was like, this is going to be great. And then I was like, you know what? We are not feeling this anymore. I'm like, because there's no way that Superman and Fantastic Four are released at the same time. There's no way that they're both good. And I saw Superman and it was good. So I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
I got my superhero movie fill. I don't need to see this one now.
Let me see where Fantastic Four is on Letterboxd.
Oh, wait, let me connect some red string for everyone really quick. Some borderline.
Please, give it to me.
We're on the periphery of X the Everything app here, so this is not qualifying news, but I've been getting trickle down. So the Fantastic Four press tour, all about how Pedro Pascal has been being criticized of being too touchy with his female co-stars. And everyone's like, oh, why are they so touchy? You're like, if I was that Vanessa Kirby's husband, like I wouldn't want him touching my wife like that. And everyone, commentary, discourse, whatever, a bunch of people, like I'm sure a lot of it was rage bait, like whatever. But this whole thing, but here's where it sort of started getting weird. Is that then it starts all talking about then a bunch of people rise up in his defense and are like, clearly you just don't know what like a woman being comfortable around a man looks like, whatever. But then there was this wave of pushback to the pushback of these AI generated videos of Pedro Pascal like grabbing women and like being more like of this like exaggerating sort of the aggression. And all these videos got flagged, by comments being like, this is not real, this is AI, like here's the original video, here's actually how and so they trace this back, and they're coming from this is the theory, and here's where we're connecting the red threads, is we think that J.K. Rowling hired a PR agency to put out a fucking hit, a social smear campaign hit on Pedro Pascal because he is very vocal about trans rights. He has a trans sister, participated in that Protect the Dolls campaign. Everyone was wearing those t-shirts. And so everyone's thinking that J.K. Rowling is trying to do some sneaky, because she's like literally controlling legislation over there and like getting bathroom laws reversed and shit. Like literally she's doing nasty fucking shit. And this sounds like something.
Yeah, it's insane. It's disgusting.
I believe that this could be true.
Yeah. Oh, easily. Absolutely. Yeah. That wouldn't shock me in the slightest. She's tapped.
J.K. Rowling's behavior is, the mold. Do you know about the mold?
I know about the mold. I'm very familiar with the mold theory.
I don't know about the I don't know about the mold theory.
J.K. Rowling had mold. That's why she's stupid. That's why she's an idiot now. That's why she's fucking brain dead from mold exposure.
Yeah.
She had a profile picture where if you looked in the background of her profile picture, it was like of her kitchen or something, and you could see black mold like creeping down from the ceiling.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so fucking nasty. Ew. Oh, that doesn't shock me that she's a dirty bitch.
The mold literally made her go crazy.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes people can also just be transphobic. I'm not
Also
saying
true.
the mold
Yeah.
made her transphobic, but I am saying that's probably why she's always like
Acting
tweeting
tapped.
all these erratic things. So
Yeah.
anyways, that was my conspiracy corner over here about
Great one. No, I think you're
about J.K. Rowling.
I think you're entirely right, because I don't think I had ever seen any Pedro Pascal like hate until that.
No. And it seems all of like this fabricated discourse, which specifically the Superman movie, everyone's responding with the gifs of the monkeys just churning out, you know, how the monkeys making the rage bait. Like literally that's you.
Yeah.
Like literally that's what's happening.
Insane work, dude. Oh my god, like get a fucking life. That's crazy. Yeah, no. So are you not gonna see Fantastic Four at all? You have no plans, Dara?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if I get around to the theater, there's some other shit I want to see out now too. Though I want to go see Eddington, the new Ari Aster movie.
See, I'm not really interested. I don't have any interest in like reliving that period of time. Do you know what I mean?
I am interested in what he has to say about it because I didn't see Beau is Afraid, so I can't speak on that. But I think he makes interesting movies.
I really find I don't love Joaquin Phoenix. Honestly, he's kind of left a really bad taste in my mouth post Joker and everything like that. So.
Post him leaving that movie.
Yeah,
him post leaving.
Too. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was the big thing, is that he was literally up until the first day of the shooting was signed on to be in this like queer love drama film.
Haynes.
And then he like literally dropped out at the very last minute and fucked everyone over and like just used another project as an excuse, but it was like just really a shitty thing.
Speaking of Joaquin Phoenix,
please.
River Phoenix. This is how we're gonna tie it back to. Oh my god, Erin!
Always
this
comes back around.
We need your big brain.
Exactly.
Yes. Rest in peace, River Phoenix.
He was 18 or 19 in this. He was 19 when it came out.
So good.
He has a reasonable age gap with Harrison Ford. So River Phoenix is 28 years younger than Harrison Ford, according to the math I did right before we hopped on.
Okay.
So he could reasonably play, either young Indiana Jones or, Harrison Ford's son in a movie.
Yeah, weren't they didn't they work on another project together?
Movie.
Yeah, and that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, and they were like, okay, we need this kid for this. Yeah, I loved his curtain bangs. They were great.
And the whole moment of running through the zoo or carnival cart, and each cart has a different animal, but then we get all the little lore too about this is why he's afraid of the snakes, and he has the trauma with the snakes. Then he gets the whip because that's the lion tamer's whip. And it was the stupidest, silliest, most Looney Tunes ass setup, but it's it's like a joke, and then we're gonna hit a lore marker, right, and tie it in with a joke. I thought that whole sequence was so good.
He was hitting
so entertaining.
All the notes, he was doing the voice, and something I wrote down while I was rewatching, this flashback, intro origin story was just telling us, hey, this guy has always been exactly like this. The whole everybody's lost but me line. It was like, oh my God, you could hear Harrison Ford saying some of this crap easily.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And even just that one scene where he goes back home and talks to his dad, and we don't see that, we only see the shoulder or the back, and we get that sort of he's not even looking at him, and he's count to 20, do it in Greek. It was a 45-second interaction or whatever that just so perfectly teed up how they behave towards each other for the whole rest of the movie. Screenwriting 101 shit right there. That was so fucking good, because then as soon as Sean Connery popped up, you have that, preconceived thing already, but then he's behaving the way he's behaving, and you're wait, that's the guy you're scared of? That's hilarious.
I love it, though.
But then he's a little scary sometimes too, and we kind of get around to it.
Sure.
He's intimidating.
Yeah, and he's a smart man. But yeah, no, oh my God, the moment that he crashed through the window, and then he pops up from that fall, and he goes, "Yes, sir." Oh my God, yes.
Oh yeah, calling him sir the whole time.
Thank God.
And the junior sir dynamic. Yeah.
I will say,
fathers and sons.
I will say, I'm a little jealous of Elsie. I can't lie. Honestly, Sean Connery in this, I get it. He
Both
could get
of
it.
them.
Both of them.
Both the Jones boys.
My God.
I think that's why we were kind of all willing to look past it, you know,
Well,
when
yes.
we get to the awkward confrontation about, like, it's awkward, that's gross,
Well,
Sean Connery, don't be gross, she's young. No, it's kind of like, no, because I would do it.
Yeah, but didn't Sean Connery improvise that line? She talks in her sleep.
Allegedly, yes. That is a common
Allegedly,
story.
yes.
I've heard that
Yeah,
he improvised
That's
that line.
hilarious.
Yeah, so I'd like to think that whole thing was that entire.
But it's also, like, so real, though, because it's like, if I was his hot young assistant and my hot boss was Sean Connery, like, yeah, duh.
For sure.
That's James Bond. Like, he can get it, for sure.
He's still quick with it. That's the thing. I mean, I loved the scene where he uses the birds to fight off the fighter jet.
I'm going to quote Charlemagne in my Sean Connery accent, and it's going to be great.
And it's going to sound a little bit like Cher, if you think about it.
Perfect.
If you think about it. No, when he uses his umbrella to rile up the
that's what I'm
birds,
saying.
and then the birds, like, cause a full-on plane explosion.
Yeah.
That was so funny. That is when we're, like, living in a reality, like, on par with Looney Tunes. Like, we could draw a circle on the wall and go through it.
Uh-huh.
We're operating on that level of a physical space.
Yeah. Speaking of Looney Tunes, has anyone heard of this new what is it? Acme versus Coyote movie or whatever movie?
The John Cena thing, yeah.
This shit isn't new. This has been going on. Well,
I don't know the lore of this. Well, that's why I'm coming to you, because I looked it up, like, half-heartedly today. I need you to fill me in, Dara.
it's just, as far as I know, what is it? Looney Tunes is owned by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is owned by whatever. By withholding the release of the movie, they have just been able to use it as, like, tax write-offs. So they benefit more from, like, financially by just, like, suspending the production or whatever of this film that is fully done and ready to go. And the people who made the movie are like, we would love to release the movie, and they just won't do it because of, like, financial reasons. Because of business.
Man.
And it's really fucking stupid because it's like art that was paid to get made and got made. And then they're like, we made a movie. And then they were like, okay, nope.
Oh, God. This industry is
Then I don't know about John Cena. What does John Cena have to do with?
I have no idea. I think he's just in it,
I thought he was in the movie, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just in it.
So I have some lore, not to change the subject, about the lady who plays Elsa in this movie.
Okay.
Allison Doody. So she...
Duty. You said Duty.
I said Duty. She made her acting debut as a Bond girl in A View to Kill, which is a Roger Moore James Bond movie, and later went on to play Elsa in this movie. So I wonder if that contributed to the joke of her sleeping with James Bond.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, I wouldn't I wouldn't put it past them to do, like, a sneaky little Easter egg like that, like purposefully get the former Bond girl, you know, to play that sort of role in this reimagining of that sort of franchise.
Yeah. She is such a Bond girl. Holy shit.
She is 24 years younger than Harrison Ford, which would make her about 36 years younger than Sean Connery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not
that
sounds
great.
About right.
But like I said, she was revealed to be a Nazi, if not, you know, just Nazi sympathizer, Nazi adjacent. She was like, I don't like that they burn books. And it's like, well, girl, you're at the book burning ceremony, so, and you're, you know, doing Sig Heil with everyone else. So I don't know.
You got yourself into this mess.
Words and actions, my girl.
Exactly.
Like you're standing up there crying, but you're still standing up there.
Okay, Jen, I need you to call me Junior, and then I'm going to get really upset about it, okay?
Okay, Junior.
I hate it when you call me that, because you're my dad. That was me doing Harrison Ford responding to Jen as the role of Sean Connery. Beautiful job. You've landed the audition, Jen.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here to host your interim podcast segment, Chocolate or Vanilla. You're going to say two things. We're all going to say which one we like better. For clarification of answering order, Jen will say the thing. I will respond. Emily will then respond. Special guest Erin will then respond. Jen will close it out. and then we'll move on. We love it. Jen, how are you doing today? And is there a theme this week?
I am pretty good, and the theme is no particular theme. Lots of Spielberg, lots of food.
Hell yes.
Spielberg and food.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
That's the kind of
Love
day
it.
I'm having today. I had fudge for dinner.
Ooh.
Oh, I want fudge for dinner.
I had hamburger helper and then smashed 2 big chocolate chip cookies. It was awesome.
Nice.
What's your favorite kind of fudge?
I am partial to a peanut butter. I love a peanut butter fudge. I feel like fudge is already kind of that like texture where I would usually be annoyed by peanut butter because it's like kind of clogging everything up. You're already doing that with fudge, so it's not like the peanut butter isn't adding a clogginess that it typically would. So I would go for a peanut butter fudge. But we went to the fudge place. We went down to the Cape, and it's, you know, a lot of like vacation-y, touristy stuff, and everywhere sells fudge.
Of course.
And we went into this place, and we're like, let's get some fudge, you know, to eat. But then we're like, this looks so fire. We just kept saying, he was like, oh, you're at 2 pounds. And when you get 2 pounds, you get the 3rd pound for free. And we were like,
Oh, great.
we were like, oh, great, a 3rd pound of fudge. And so we ate some of it, but then we boxed like a ton of it up and gave it to the person who watched our cats while we were away.
Nice.
And I was like, this is like actually an absurd amount of fudge for a single person to be receiving. But I knew this man, and I knew that he would be appreciative of high quantities of fudge, which he
yes.
was. So I've had a fudgy weekend. Anyways.
Wait, Jen, what's everyone else's favorite flavor of fudge? Now I want to know.
I would probably, like, I would never say no to any kind of fudge.
Sure.
But Dara's not gonna like this, but I like the kind that's like half chocolate, half mint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that for you.
My dad used to like panucci.
I love panucci.
Panucci.
That's my favorite.
I just had a dark chocolate raspberry fudge when I was in New York, and it was very, very fancy tasting, and it was very good.
That sounds
Very
slutty.
rich.
It was good. Yeah.
Rich and delicious.
Very nice.
Chocolate or vanilla?
We're talking about fudge. I gotta be on chocolate.
I'm gonna go chocolate too right now that we're on it.
I'm going to have to go chocolate. Yeah, we kind of got off on the right note for it.
Honestly, gotta go chocolate too. Vanilla fudge, not that good.
Yeah, that's not real. That's not a thing. White chocolate is not real.
Well, yeah, but that's also not vanilla.
Yeah, white
Yeah.
chocolate is not vanilla.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not
Fudge
sure
is
actually.
like-
I'm not actually sure what it is.
Good point.
different cocoa beans. They got albino cocoa beans that taste like shit. And somebody said, let's turn a coin.
All right, first one. BFG or Hook? 2 Spielberg movies.
I've never seen the BFG, but I did read the book as a kid, and I was a fan of the book. We love... Oh, wait, we don't love Roald Dahl because he is problematic anti-Semitic, right? We covered this
Probably.
with our good friends on the Wonka Watch podcast
Oh
when
my
we talked
God,
about
yeah.
when we talked about
Oh, you
Chitty
pulled that
Chitty
from
Bang
back.
Bang. What did we talk about?
Chitty Chitty
Anyways,
Bang Bang.
yeah, that fucking car movie. But anyways, shouts out to the Wonka Watch podcast, which has since dismantled, and I now believe they do something else because it was all about a podcast leading up to the Willy Wonka remake movie, which is just a hilarious thing to do in and of itself. But I'll pick Hook. I love Hook. Somebody in the comments said that we should do it this month, and we're not going to get to it this month, but we will,
It's on the list.
eventually.
It's on the list. Yeah, I'm also definitely going Hook on this one. I just love Glenn Close's cameo specifically.
Yeah, I'm picking Hook.
Yeah, same. I'm picking Hooked with the stacked cast that it has. A caprese salad or a grilled romaine Caesar salad?
Grilled romaine is edging a little too close to what would be typically a wedge, colloquially, manually known as the wedge.
Manually?
You know, if we're doing these
And
huge,
you're fundamentally against it.
These huge, like, halves of romaine lettuce that are grilled, I kind of know what you're talking about. And it's
It's not even romaine. That's the thing.
called
No, because that's the fucked up thing. It's not romaine, right? It's iceberg lettuce. Because romaine doesn't grow like that, right? Isn't it iceberg lettuce? That's just even worse.
I don't know, man, but it's seeming too much like a wedge salad for my level of comfort. So I'm going to hit the caprese, even though I don't really like how wet and slimy tomatoes are. I do love basil and I love cheese.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would just leave my romaine hot Do you know what I mean? Is that how it comes? I've never had
I
it
don't
grilled.
want a hot salad. I don't want a
No.
hot salad.
No,
they
that
tell it on
doesn't
the
speak
grill.
to me.
It has like grill marks like a steak.
I can understand if like you like let it cool down after that, but if I'm like, I don't want hot lettuce. Yeah, that's not for me. I'll go caprese.
I'm not 100% sure what a caprese salad is off the top of my head. I think I have a picture of it in my mind, but I'm not sure if it's right.
Tomato,
Yeah.
mozzarella, basil, balsamic.
Okay, yeah, I can go for that. I was victimized
good.
by a wedge salad earlier this week, so I'm going to go with the one that's
Not this week.
the least.
Damn, this is hitting home for you then.
The one that is least like a wedge salad is the one I'm going to pick.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Fuck a wedge salad.
Yeah, I'm going caprese also, and I want my caprese with an heirloom tomato. That's how I want it.
Oh, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah,
That's
I like your
fancy.
style, Jen.
Next one is a wine slushy or a movie theater blue slushy.
Movie Theater Blue. I was, as I mentioned, on the Cape Cod of Massachusetts, which is like the beach area, this past week, and I got a frozen rosé at this like beachside cabana.
Not the
place,
frosé.
some fried seafood, and if it's pink and frozen, and then when I drink it, it doesn't taste like pink lemonade. It tastes like wine. That makes me want to die. That made me so upset. It looks like it's gonna taste so good, and then it just tastes like wine, which is fine, and I get it. It's a frosé. I knew what I was getting myself into, but I want my pink slushy to taste like red dye 40 and sugar.
Yeah, I feel like
So the blue slushy from the movie theater, thank you.
Yeah, I feel like if you're having something like slushy or like blended up, I feel like you want it to be refreshing. There's nothing refreshing about like wine in that way. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna go blue slushy as well.
I was going to say wine slushy because every time we go to the Ren Fair, I'm always the designated driver, so I never get to have the frosé. But
I see.
after the review it's gotten, I think I'm just going to go blue slushy.
Classic. You can't go wrong.
Maybe I'm not missing out. Maybe I'm wrong.
Frosé at the Ren Fair, I feel like it should be like mead. It should be like frozen mead slushy, and
that
would
sounds
be fucking
good.
gas. That would be so good. But
You're onto
the mead
something
at
here.
The alcohol at the Ren Fair is always bullshit. It's always expensive and not that good. Just
like
like any
warm
other
beer.
event. Yeah.
So Dara making the case for being the DD.
Real.
I'll go with the movie theater blue as well. I have never had a wine slushy. I feel like I would like it though. Never pay taxes or never pay for your gas.
Ooh, I don't drive that much actually. Maybe if I never paid for my gas though, I'd go on the road, really take advantage of that. And maybe, I don't know, convert to like oil energy for all my stuff so I don't have to pay. I don't know how I could take advantage of that, but I will probably pick, I think not paying taxes would probably benefit me more, but I don't know. It sucks, and giving money to the government and then seeing what they do with it fucking sucks, but you gotta pay forward to strengthen your communities because there are some good organizations trying to do stuff with that money too. So taxes are bad, but also maybe good. Sometimes, depending on who's in office. That's my thought on taxes. I would like to not pay them. Just like Bruce Willis in Armageddon. When he's like, I'll go into space, but when I come back, I'm not paying taxes. He was real for that.
I'm going no taxes, especially, like you said, considering the state of the world and what our money is going to. I'm not really a big fan.
Yeah, until I can decide what my taxes get earmarked for, I'm going to say no taxes. Until I can decide what my taxes pay for, I want my taxes earmarked for education or health insurance or something.
And not like bombs to send to a foreign country to like commit out a genocide. It's just
pretty much
not
that.
super chill.
Also, I feel like I pay more in taxes than I do for gas in a given year.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, same. I'm going to go never pay taxes. Next one, Dune Part 1, Dune Part 2.
Dune Part 2.
Yeah, 2.
I haven't seen either.
Ooh.
You're nuts for that, Erin.
That is crazy.
I'm going to pick Part 2 because Dara, you once told me it was the Dark Knight of that particular franchise, so I'm going to rely on that.
I'm hoping that it will sort of live on the same par as, the Dune trilogy once he finishes with this third movie. I think will sort of match the pacing. I project. But we'll see. We'll see about Dune Messiah.
Yeah, I heard the early rumors that Dune Messiah is going to win all the Oscars that they didn't give to 1 and 2.
That wouldn't shock me in the slightest.
That's what happened with Lord of the Rings.
That's exactly the reference they're making.
Yeah, to commemorate the trilogy, just dump on the third one, even though the first 2 are probably more noteworthy.
Yeah, even though Fellowship probably deserved it more than Return of the King did, in my opinion.
I will go with Dune Part 2, though, for sure. The next one, so I have a coworker whose husband makes his own peanut butter, and she said they have jalapeno peanut butter and espresso peanut butter.
Espresso peanut butter does sound like something that I would be willing to try. Jalapeno peanut butter is really perplexing me. I think the only thing I could think to use that for would be like Thai cooking, like a peanut sauce, like something like that. But I wouldn't really know how to approach that. So I'll go for the espresso peanut butter.
Yeah, I'm going to go espresso peanut butter with this, I think, as well.
Yeah, I agree if I have to eat it in like a sandwich or on a cracker. But Dara, when you mentioned using it as like a peanut sauce, that intrigues me. Like I would not eat it like as a scoop, but in something else, some creative
it, with some
dish,
vinegar
maybe.
and other stuff. Yeah.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the espresso peanut butter. When she told me, I gasped. I was like, oh, that sounds really good. Next one is a strawberry shortcake. Or an angel food cake with strawberries on the top.
What is really the difference?
Well, the strawberry shortcake is that little round...
It's a biscuit.
Vanilla... It's that round vanilla cake thing that you buy in the store.
It's also just made of angel food cake.
Yeah. No,
right?
it's not.
Like
no, angel
exactly
food is something
same.
completely different, right?
I don't really know. I guess I'm not well versed enough in strawberry shortcakes. I feel like I always think of it as being like a biscuit.
On a biscuit, yeah.
Yeah, like it's like a sweet biscuit and then the cream and the strawberries. So I guess I'll just pick strawberry shortcake, but I am thinking of the children's toy. The girl, the character.
Yeah. I'm going to go angel food cake for sure.
I would pick strawberry shortcake if it was like the biscuit with ice cream. Otherwise, I think like that cup thing is the same as angel food cake, like taste wise, even if it's something different.
Was like a sponge cake?
Yeah, it's like a sponge cake
and an angel cake. I don't know. Well, Jen, we'll see you next week, and goodbye.
Bye. Love you, Jen.
Bye.
I would like to know, okay, there's a lot of things in this movie that are like crazy stunts and everything like that. My whole thing that I was probably most put off by was the wading through the water and the rats. I want to know if anyone here feels like they could get there. Like, could one of you jump into the petrol-filled water and wade through all of those rats to get this job done?
Not in a pencil skirt and heels.
Yeah.
That was crazy work.
Ain't no way. If I was with Henry, my husband deals with mice on, not rats, but mice on a daily basis. And I know mice and rats are really different, but I feel like he'd be really brave about it. So I feel like maybe I could get through it.
You'd be really brave about it.
What movie is it where they do the torture method if they put the box and then they put the rat in the box and they light the box on fire and the rat is going to
do it in Game of Thrones.
bore its way into your stomach? That's just what I
feels
always
like a Saw movie move.
When rats get ferocious like that and you think about a rat like really trying to eat you, that is nasty.
Yeah, the clawing through the coffin and everything like that while they're hiding under it.
But there's a bunch of like stuff about the rat actors and like you need to get specific rats for movies because they need to be girls because the boy ones have huge testicles, but you also can't just like get bulk rats. Like they need to be like healthy rats, so they like breed rats in mass for films like this because it's not that expensive to just like
of course
breed a fuck ton of rats and be like, okay, now we have all the girl rats, okay, now we can do our rat scene. But it's just an interesting thing. You know, I always think about horse actors too. This movie had some excellent horse acting. There was a scene where a horse was getting fucking shot at from a tank. A tank was firing cannons at a horse and coming pretty close.
There's nothing in the world that has you needing to do that.
I love it. They were like, we're here on set today. What else can we do?
Yeah,
they're like, we've got the desert booked for another 3 weeks. Should we do some more horse stunts?
We gotta lay it on thick, guys.
We've got the tank rented for another week or so. Let's just another take. Let's do it.
No one wants to get their asses onto location to film anymore. Okay, we're putting up tents in the desert in the middle of America. And we're doing some tank shots. And it's going to take a long time to film, and it's going to be expensive. But it looks so good. It just looks so much better than not filming
Someone's
on
coming
location.
away with dysentery. It might be our leading man.
Well, that was just because they were in, what country
Tunisia.
is also, they all got sick in Tunisia from drinking, like,
course.
untreated water. Because their American systems couldn't handle the untreated Tunisian water, and they all got, Harrison Ford got dysentery and shat everywhere.
Shocking.
But I think this movie was probably filmed mostly in America, I would guess. There was less, it was more like Western type shots than like full on desert, I would say.
Yeah. The scenes at the end at Petra, I think, were actually filmed outside Petra for the external stuff, but for like the inside the temple things, that was a movie set for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Had to be.
When it broke and it was like that goofy ass way, the floor
They
like
actually
caved
just
in.
bombed Petra.
Yeah.
We destroyed this, historically relevant site for our movie.
It's for the art, guys.
Is that one of the wonders of the world?
I don't think so. It is a very famous site just because of how striking it is. It's like carved out of this cliff face. Yeah.
Because I know, there are the wonders of the world, but there are only a certain number of them that are still left, right? And I felt like that was one of the ones we still had, but maybe I'm wrong. It's like, what, the pyramids?
No, it's not officially one. It's one of the new 7 wonders or whatever, which...
Oh. The 10 wonders, we bumped it up.
Yeah.
I do think that this movie probably wouldn't have worked if it weren't for, like, the chemistry between the actors. Like,
of course.
You're right, there's some Looney Tune shit, but it works because these two are just so much fun to put in Looney Tune-ass situations.
Sean Connery, I really want to go on a kick now. Because I don't feel like I've seen a lot of Sean Connery, honestly.
No.
I haven't watched any of his Bond.
I was about to say, this genuinely made me interested in trying out a Sean Connery Bond film. Like, I don't have
to.
I don't have much familiarity with the Bond franchise. I've only seen the one. I think it was the second ever Swamp episode, and we got shadow banned for talking about cock and ball torture. Sorry.
Still want to contest that with them.
Whatever.
I think, the only other one that's really worth watching is Skyfall. But that's all the Daniel Craig ones. I haven't seen anything besides the Daniel Craig ones.
Yeah, it comes up in trivia a lot. It's a good thing to know. On a trivia team, you need a Bond guy. In the same way that you need a sports guy, you need a Bond guy for sure.
You need to become the Bond guy then, Dara. You're the Bond girl.
No, I gotta work on it. I gotta do the homework. I gotta put in the work.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I usually take arts and pop culture. That's my corner.
Yeah, that falls into arts and pop culture.
But I need to outsource for some things.
I don't know, man.
Outsource on James Bond, I guess.
Yeah. Which one have I seen? I've seen one Sean Connery Bond movie, and it was, which one was it? It was Goldfinger, because that's the movie with the character named Pussy Galore. And I had to hear Sean Connery say the word pussy over and over and over again.
So good.
Like, that's Cher. Like, Pussy
Galore.
Galore. Snap out of it. Imagine Sean Connery saying wagon wheel Watusi. Wagon wheel Watusi. I also like that he was fully Scottish, but Harrison Ford just is American. They're like, we're not addressing that.
We're not gonna try this.
They're like, he was estranged. He went to school and became his own man. Okay,
of course,
he wouldn't have the same accent as his father.
Dad came right off the boat, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Fun fact here. So Sean Connery played an Egyptian immortal in the Highlander movies.
Yes.
Here we've got fellow Scotsman Jonathan Rhys-Davies
Oh
also
my
playing an
God.
Egyptian guy for some reason.
Yeah, I'm like, why did they put that fez on John Rhys-Davies? And they like made a joke
Had
that
to.
they're like, he's a man who can blend into any culture seamlessly.
No. They were
Oh,
talking
that
about
was Marcus. Yeah,
Oh,
Marcus.
I do love that cut to him in
Like
the market.
the
being
like awkward
bumbling
bumbling.
idiot.
No, I assumed they were talking about John Rhys-Davies because they're like, that's a white Scottish guy who you just put a fez on and are telling you is from any country. Because they also did that in the first movie too, did they not?
Well, yeah, they did set him up for it. Yes,
I do
but-
believe, like, my personal fake fan theory is that Jonathan Rhys-Davies' character actually is a Scottish man. He just went to Egypt, fell in love with an Egyptian woman, and just
Yes.
went absolutely ham
Mm-hmm.
to assimilate into his wife's, culture, which is probably too generous a reading of it.
Yeah, honestly, but
he really
I
went
love
for
that.
it. Yeah.
No, I like that thought too. Instead of it being like a little racist, it's like, oh, but what if it was nice? That's a good way to.
If it was nice.
There we go.
What if
I
he's
like that,
being really
Erin.
supportive? What if he's being a really supportive husband? Because it's Gimli, I want to give him some leeway, but just putting that man in that fez was really towing a line.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost. I mean, yeah. It's on the cusp.
I also love a blimp. I love that we got some blimp
That was
action.
crazy.
A dirigible. We love to see representation for different kinds of aircraft.
It looked like a beautiful seating section. Like, that looks like you get great service.
Expensive,
It was not
yeah.
too crowded. Fancy as fuck. I would ride that blimp.
So that scene, the no ticket scene, Dara, that was our grandfather's favorite movie scene of all time. That
I believe
and
that.
the scene from The Godfather, leave the gun, take the cannoli. Those two scenes he would quote.
Yeah, quintessential. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
stop.
This is a very dad/grandpa movie, I feel.
Easily.
Which is
This is a comfort movie.
but I feel like, it's about fatherhood, but I also feel like Indiana Jones is very much like Steven Spielberg makes family couch movies, like shit you watch
Yep.
on Friday night, family movie
Perfectly.
night with your family,
ABC Family would have gone crazy on this if they could have gone the rights.
exactly. So I feel like, I don't know, the fatherhood feeling is strong with this film.
Absolutely.
Not to transition to fuck, marry, kill after we're talking about the beauty of family.
Well, I mean,
But-
fatherhood feeling. I could get into that.
The feeling of Sean Connery, but maybe also Harrison Ford because I did them both. Oops.
I mean,
What if I was your assistant and I wasn't a Nazi? That would be
How's a
even
girl
cooler.
to choose? Exactly. How's a girl to choose?
I did not like. I think the chemistry. I mean, obviously they weren't trying to go for chemistry between Harrison Ford and what's her name,
Elsie.
Miss Duty, but because it was supposed to be it's spicy and then they
But
fuck,
she's a Nazi.
but then she turns, but then he still seems kind of forgiving towards her during
Mhm.
the more conflict heavy, I don't know, sections, and then they have they don't really reconcile fully because she does die at the end and
well, yes, but he
does
is
the
trying to
evil-
save her life.
Right, yeah, he's still trying to
Like,
help her and he's still trying to
why?
save her and he kind of
Bro,
hears her out,
why?
she's like, I don't like this stuff, and it's okay, and he's trying to hear her out and he kind of lets her go. Whatever they were trying to do with all that, I'm we could have kind of cut maybe some of this part of the movie, just make her be fully evil, once she turns, just have her be
Yeah.
fuck her, we're trying to kill her now too. What is this
That's it. We're
weird
done.
sympathy middle ground bullshit? I don't know, whatever. But then
Yeah.
there was also this she comes up on him and kisses him and kind of forces herself on him,
Yeah.
and then makes it obvious that she slept with them both and does a little cheeky thing. And that's why after that
Uh-huh.
point I'm why is he ever behaving towards her with
Why is he
kindness?
entertaining
still?
any of this is crazy. I don't know. It's tough because I'm who else do we pit with these two? Obviously, it's Harrison Ford and Sean Connery as our fuck, marry, kill, but we need one
Marcus,
more.
what about Marcus?
Yeah, I guess I can't kill Mark. I can. I'd kill Marcus.
Yeah.
If I had to.
I'm gonna marry
I don't
Sean
know that
Connery.
Marcus is the most ethical either
I'm
in his
gonna-
collections.
I'm gonna fuck Indiana Jones. I'm gonna marry his dad. I'm your stepmom now, bitch. And
Exactly.
then I'm gonna kill Marcus. Easy.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. That's, I think, the right answer. What about you, Erin?
This might be just a sweep. It just is kind of too easy of a
Yeah,
choice. Except
exactly.
I do, with the reputations of both Indiana Jones and James Bond with women, do I really want to be married to either of these guys?
No.
That is the question.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I marry Salah. He seems to love his wife.
His beautiful Egyptian wife.
You could be his white Egyptian wife who also
Yeah.
is going so ham on assimilating.
Yeah.
Oh my
He's
gosh,
really
she's
putting in
going to
the work.
drag me down this hole of cultural appropriation where I don't need to be. Maybe I marry Marcus. You know, he's a museum director.
Could be. Hey. I could see that working for you.
Yeah, I'm
Might not
looking
be
like
so bad.
there's really no one else who was like really notably fuckable.
The
It was they were they were
Not
mostly
the
like
Nazi.
Nazis. They were like
not the
mostly
knight,
Nazis.
the
Yeah.
1,000-year-old
Oh.
knight in the cave.
I would give him one last goodbye, you know,
Yeah.
one last
He's gonna
sayonara.
crumble into dust. He's gonna crumble. He can't do it. He's too old.
Go Nancy Reagan on his ass.
Oh my god. No, more like Jackie Kennedy. I'm like chewing on that sheet metal. I'm chewing on his chain mail.
But what are you guys? You're hanging out with your boys. You're watching Indiana Jones with your boys. What are you eating and drinking?
I am inspired by my father. This is a movie about dads. It's a dad movie. I'm like, I would probably be watching this movie with my family, like, you know, in this theoretical scenario. I'm like probably hanging out with Gary, and Gary loves bacon wrapped scallops and white wine.
Oh,
And these
wow.
are
Yeah,
two
he
things
does.
that evoke my father to me. And I feel like that would be a good pairing if we're doing a Father's Day Last Crusade party. That's that's gonna be the theme.
It is a good. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna go. I had some really amazing. I had, what are they? Oatmeal Heath cookies while I watched this, and this is like you said, this is I think this is a comfort movie. I watched this movie a ton growing up, obviously with my brother. But yeah, I'm gonna go with a good milk and cookies movie for me. I think it's what Sean Connery would want in this movie.
I will
I think he
shout
would love
out
to go ape shit on some fucking cookies with me.
if anyone out there, we don't need to be promoting the New York crimes, but I will put in the description
Really?
below. I am not good at baking, but I have come to a cookie situation that I feel comfortable bringing to the function now. Like, we can do from scratch cookies because of this recipe, and it fucking hits. You make the balls of cookie dough pretty big, and the key is you put them in the freezer for like 15 minutes before baking them. And then you start baking them, and then every like 5 minutes or so, you take the tray out and you bang it on the table so that it like deflates, so they become like nice and thin and wide, but like still soft in the middle. Perfect cookie technique described in a way that made a lot of sense to me in this one particular recipe. I've been feeling good about my ability to make cookies as of late.
I've had these, and they're fucking
pretty gas,
gas.
What about you, Erin? You're hosting a little
gosh.
Last Crusade. What are we fueling?
I do think this is like a snack movie. Like, you've got a tray of snacks and stuff. But if I'm honoring my father, my dad often has a giant bowl of popcorn sometimes.
Fuck yeah.
He's got this, like, that silicone popcorn bowl where you put, like, a bunch of popcorn kernels at the bottom of it, and then you microwave it, and the silicone bowl makes the popcorn for you. Like, it's very easy. Yeah, so I'm thinking popcorn.
I thought you were going to
That's
talk
awesome.
about the quintessential like white person the joke about like the throw up / popcorn bowl. Like white people are
We
nasty.
used to have that.
Like, white people are so nasty they have the throw up / popcorn bucket.
We did used to have it. It was the throw up bucket. It was the Halloween candy bucket. It was the popcorn bucket. You know,
Yeah.
No,
But,
that's
yeah.
a cool. I didn't know about like custom popcorn popping because I usually just go for the bag. But I have a coworker who was recently shouting out buying popcorn kernels because you can get like the higher quality ones so that when they pop, there like is no kernel. You know how when there's still kind of some like the shit that gets in your teeth. That part of the kernel. You can buy like nice popcorn that doesn't have that. But you just have to pop it the old way. Popcorn the old way. Very intriguing to me, but something I don't really do too much because I love a Jiffy Pop. It's so easy.
I love an air popper.
Pop, yeah.
I grew up with an air popper, and that shit
that's
really tickled
fancy.
me. It was really old. That was the thing. It doesn't feel fancy to me. It's just like it's like from
it's whimsical.
The 70s. Yeah, exactly. She's got a lot of heart. It's one of those things, if you put too much popcorn in it, it wouldn't work and it would start smoking. So you have to really measure it well.
She's stroking out.
Yeah, exactly. Her age starts showing a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, this is a classic popcorn movie for sure. Like in the way I want to put the M&Ms in the popcorn.
Yeah, like really do up the popcorn with all the flavors.
Yes.
Yeah. And what are you guys gonna watch after this?
Cut dry. This is simple for me. We watched The Temple of Doom. I said you should watch National Treasure. We watched The Last Crusade. I say you should watch National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets.
I like a girl that stays on theme.
It's a notable action-adventure follow-up film.
Yes.
Does it deliver in the same way this one does? Absolutely not. Not even close. Like, not even a little bit. But are we going to watch Ed Harris die inside of Mount Rushmore? Yes.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
So... And that's also the kind of, if I have, my belly is full of scallops and I'm hanging out with Gary, that's the kind of movie I want to put on.
I'm also going to stay on theme. And I actually just recently rewatched this movie, so it's perfect. But Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, well, yes.
It's another quest. It's so brilliant. I mean, like, it's dumb as shit. Dara, you have to have seen this, right?
So I have not sat my ass down and watched it, but I've had to watch segments of it, like for school.
Obviously,
so I've done like school shit about Monty Python and like watched, YouTube segments of it, like for assignments and stuff. But I've never really watched the whole thing. I've seen what's the one? Is it called The Life of
Brian?
Brian.
Yeah,
I've seen that one.
I haven't seen that one.
I feel like I kind of get the gist of what Monty Python is about.
Yeah.
And I am hesitant towards it, but
that's fair.
I'm trying to work. It's like mustard and pickles. I'm just gonna have to keep working at it until I come around to liking it.
I think you would. I think you could appreciate the Holy Grail. Erin, where do you stand on this movie?
I'm a fan of the Holy Grail. I don't know if it's because of nostalgia, though, because that is a movie that we grew up with.
Yeah, well, it's so stupid. It's the perfect, like, you're, like, 13 and you think you're, like, grown up, and this is, like, one of those ones that you're like, this is grown-up humor. It's not.
It's not remotely, no. And it is a movie that the men in my life quote incessantly.
Always.
Not as much anymore, but when I was younger, like, the guys I would around would beat this thing to death.
Yeah, that's kind of why I think I stray away from it. There's a certain type of annoying man who really likes Monty Python who I don't really gel with. That's what that is what makes me wary.
And that's a fair assessment. Yeah.
Not wary, but just, not.
Yeah. No, wary is a good way to put it. What are you following up?
It's worth a watch, though. Yeah, my follow-up, I think there is like a set of movies that I kind of consider to be in the same genre. So Indiana Jones is definitely one of them. National Treasure is definitely among them.
I
would probably add The Mummy, and I would probably...
I was just thinking that.
Because we're also doing like archaeology or like some sort of like artifact discovery.
Yeah, it's
and
also
all of these
kind of a period piece like that. They happen in the early 1900s as well, I think. And for some reason, Night at the Museum.
Yes.
Wait, yeah. Well, because artifacts, museums.
Yeah, like there's a flavor to it that makes it make sense.
Exactly.
Hey, and I have nothing but respect for Ben Stiller. Ever since I watched Severance, I think about that man a little differently.
Yeah, can't be too mad at him.
And then what are we giving this out of 10? I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yeah, an 8. I just rated it on Letterboxd. I gave her a 4.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Erin?
Realistically, probably a 7, but in my heart, it's a 10 out of 10. This is a nostalgia piece for me. Yeah.
Good. I
Fuck
love
it,
that.
5 stars. There was somebody who recently asked about our letterbox. They asked if we had a swamp letterbox, and I said nah, because this is our living, breathing
just
letterbox. Does this podcast?
Literally.
But I put our letterbox in the description below. But I think I should start putting Henry's too.
Please, if it passes the Hank test.
I love the way Henry, my husband, approaches Letterboxd. He's very consistent. His rule is that it's a pass-fail system. It's not. He's like, we're not doing stars. We're not doing half stars. It's 5 or it's 0. It's a pass-fail. Did I watch the movie? And it's more about, his comments and what he writes, and it's says something very silly. But I appreciate the objectivity. And there are movies that have not passed. It's not like they all are 5 stars, but they are most like 95% of the time it's 5-star.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to give Hank a real stinker. So
I feel like there also has been discourse, and again, I don't know if this is just like rage bait, but I feel like I've been seeing shit on Twitter about people talking about how it's tacky behavior to take out your phone and immediately do your Letterboxd review while you're still in the theater. Like, they're like,
it's fresh in your mind.
They're like, the credits are rolling and you're already logging your Letterboxd. Like, that's tacky. But I'm like, I think this was just rage bait to get me to engage with this content, because who actually gives a fuck? Like, who actually gives a fuck? Also, somebody said something about the merch. They're like, it's so tacky to wear Letterboxd merch. You would never wear an Instagram hat. You would never wear a Facebook hat. I'm like, it's different, okay? It's different because it's cool.
This is a hobby. It's a hobby.
Letterboxd doesn't run the world and control election results.
There we go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Erin.
Yeah.
You tell them.
Well said. I got all of my somewhat anti-social media friends into Letterboxd, because they were wary about the social aspect of it at first. But then I'm like, no, you just can totally just engage with it like a diary. But then they I think now having a little close network of Letterboxd people who you're always liking each other's reviews. I love keeping up. I'm like, ooh, what is this person watching? Love to check that shit. So anyways, Letterboxd rant. Those links will be in the description below. Erin, thank you so much for being here as always on The Swamp. I'm sure we'll see you again for another semi-period piece-esque history adjacent influence, probably just the Da Vinci Code. I can probably just say with some certainty that we're probably going to do the Da Vinci Code. And yeah, rounding out Steven Spielberg summer. Let us know what you think we should cover in the future.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Other themes, whatever, listening. Thank you for doing so. And have a lovely rest of your week. And get outside. Be in the sun.
Yeah.
Get some vitamin D if you can. But also wear sunscreen, because that is important too.
Yes.
And no joke.
Wear sunscreen, please. Thank you.